Oh, hello,
Oh,
hello.
hello, Danisa.
It is so good to be here to share this time with our friends.
Absolutely. We're excited to spend the next few minutes with you guys. So thank you for joining.
Yes, and what we're going to talk about today.
Today, I think it's important for people to understand the difference between regular therapy and the intensive clinics that we do that we're known for.
All right, so let's talk about what is regular therapy, Jorge.
Well, the regular therapy, as we understand it, is the weekly commitment to seeing our clients or patients. Coming into the office every week for typically for 50 minutes for an hour. So that is the traditional approach to therapy. I feel, and I think it's effective. It's not that we are disregarding it because it has its benefits and it has the good things about it. But we wanted to actually talk about today in this episode, just basically explain why an intensive clinic is so helpful and beneficial over the
Yes.
regular therapy.
And as you said, the traditional way of doing therapy is the weekly or biweekly approach of 1 hour, one session. Increasingly amongst like couples, or family sessions, that has increased to kind of like double. They do a double session,
Right.
which is, two individual sessions put together. Um, because there's only so much that you get to cover in that amount of time. So in our situation in particular, or in the situation when there's crisis, where there's big items that we're talking through, and those big items can be anything from sex addictions, adultery,
Infidelity, yeah.
affairs,
Lack of
apathy.
intimacy, yeah. The
Yes,
thing is that typically couples that come to us, they are at the crisis point. We might be their very last stop.
yes.
So that's why to us it's very important to cater a service that is going to provide the support in the right setting with the right timing. 1 hour a week does not allow us enough time to really
Well,
dig deeper.
and part of what it does is it extends the therapy time for imagine how many hours, for how many weeks, for how many months, and even years. Now, it's not that we're against it, but depending on the problems that we're working with, the format that we utilize is a chunk of time 15 hours, 20, 25, 30. We've gone to 35 hours.
It
Uh,
can be done. Believe us. I think we spend more time in our office, right? In our counseling center with couples than we have. I think it's just beautiful to embrace the couple for 15 hours, say minimum time, starting with 15, and spend most part of a day or two or three, depends on how we split the hours. We have called this actually approach the 3-day soulmate clinic.
yes.
3 day soulmate clinic. Could be
It's
two,
beautiful.
but typically three,
Yes.
just to kind of have a relaxed
Ideal.
atmosphere. Yeah,
Ideal case scenario is 3 days. Well, we can go up to 5. It depends on people's flexibility with
right.
time, their
Attention
stamina,
span.
yes, their level of being able to engage for hours. Now, let me say this, Jorge, because we hear this all the time. Oh, we already went through 5 hours? Yes, it goes by really quick. And many times people don't realize that we're working really hard because there's all four of us. There's a lot of changing from Jorge to me, to them, to narration, to hands on practices and things that it doesn't feel like you're seated being lectured. That's
Right.
not what happens.
Plus, you are benefiting from two counselors, husband and wife. I mean, we 100% understand what you're going through,
Hmm.
and we have been together for more than half our lives.
And when we need an advocate on the other side,
Exactly.
because
Plus,
we've
well,
been there.
really, the thing is, sometimes the guys they don't want to go to a therapist that is a female.
Yes.
If I'm a guy, because I feel she's going to be biased.
Yeah, but
And
we
the
don't
same way
want to
with the
go to a therapist that is a guy because
yeah,
then
it's the
they're going to be
same
biased.
thing. So I think by having us both there, providing that support, it becomes very familiar. It becomes very, very supportive. They feel that oh, he got it, she got it. So it is like a double. It's a much powerful approach and setting because it accommodates and provides more understanding on both ends.
Part of what we've seen is an increase in this modality of therapy. And I feel that one of the best reasons to do this is because we've got you and you're not going anywhere. And we're going to work on this. And you cannot just run away.
I mean, you know what happens sometimes with the traditional approach to therapy, the weekly thing, is that, because you come from such a traumatic background or whatever issues that you're dealing with.
Mhm.
So when we stir up a little bit in 50 minutes, it's really hard to dig deeper. That's the truth. I mean, I don't care.
Well, the first few sessions, we're just getting to know them.
We're just getting to know. We're just building the trust. So by the time we get to do that, 15 minutes is already over. It's done. But when you have that flexibility, you come in, relax, you dress whatever you want to dress. You come into our office, it's like your living room. It becomes your living room now. We are friends. We are here to hold you. We're here to support you. So then it becomes more practical to get into the harder issues.
Yes.
After we get past that, getting to know each other, let's hear, how you guys met each other. We go through the good and fun stuff first.
And let me say something in defense of people, couples looking for therapy. It's not that we think someone is not willing to engage and commit to therapy. It's just that it's very hard when you went through a session and everything that we talked about is things that are not good and that are not working. And I have to take ownership and I have to take responsibility. And now I'm going to have to make adjustments. I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
So who wants to go back to that?
I was just going to say that. Yeah, once we stir up some of the ugly areas, then we have to send you home to deal with that by yourself. It's really challenging for so many couples because instead of making it better, they only realize that they're not.
It feels worse.
It feels worse. So for us, it's so important to provide you of an atmosphere, an environment that is catering to you to get to some resolutions. Like we need to kind of wrap those chapters up and provide some practical tools and weapons that is going to help you alleviate or just resolve the issues,
Yes. And what we find through experience, all of the couples that we've seen throughout the years is that a lot of them tell us, we would have not continued. I would have not gone back. I am so grateful that you were there to work through that patch with us. And, the truth is that it takes a lot of courage to come back, like the following week. And then the entire week, you're stressed about it and you're thinking about it and you're feeling already uncomfortable. So when people, well, there's different ways that we do this. We fly to people's cities, believe it or not.
Yes.
We do. Actually, we've even flown to other countries. Or people fly to us, either Colorado Springs or Miami. And
we have no limits.
Yes, there's no limits
Suarez's.
to getting with us, to seeing us, to being able to do this. So once people are mobilized or they're committed to the clinic work, there's just no way out. So we've seen them argue, explode, want a break, have to process a little deeper, have to process individually, but we've seen them end the process and being able to hold on to those tools. Because many times, by the time that you get to giving people tools to use, skills to practice, it's too late. You've already identified the problems and you've told them that there's a way of fixing them, but you didn't get them the tools and they didn't come back.
And the beautiful thing of the intensive clinics is that you walk out of that place with a plan of action.
Yes.
And that's actually our way of operating. We have no other way. You walk out of there making your money worth and your time worth, the investment. Because you know what? A lot of times you just go through all that work, but you don't really know what is it that you're taking away. But with us, you're going to walk out of that place, out of that time with us, with a plan of action, stating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever
Goals, yes,
goals, objectives,
expectations.
whatever it is that we have identified as a major or the most needed areas, and also a follow up. There is a
Yes.
follow up system as
Yes.
well.
And for those of you who have done the traditional way of therapy, a responsible therapist will give you or will share with you a treatment plan. Once they've identified what the issues are, they will tell you how they're going to go about helping you, supporting you. But with us, you get that from the beginning. As soon as before you get to us, we're already identifying issues through some of the assessments that we do.
And helping
And
you
yeah,
get to that time, because that typically there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress during that waiting time, but we got you. We will be there supporting during that time, and then after you walk out with the plan of action, so we establish a follow-up plan so that you're not left just like uncared.
so there you have it. Those are the basic differences between regular weekly therapy and an intensive clinic. And you're going to hear us talk all the time about intensive clinics because we feel that is the most effective way of addressing bigger issues, bigger problems, critical things that are getting in the way of your relationship being fulfilled, being growing, being stable, being satisfying. So, any questions that you have about it, you can go to our website and get way more details about how the clinics work and a lot of other topics that probably are of interest to you.
Yeah, website is available, ccicounseling.com. You can just go there and find out anything you need to know about the clinic. So reach out. We're here to help.
Yes, and until the next episode.
Ciao, ciao.